Okay, so question number 6, I did not make a video for because it's just more practice of the same. Question 6 is actually the same as question 2, so you should get the same answers there, and it kind of reinforces what we did in question 5. But I'd like to do question 7 with you as well, and I was sneaky from before. I have already stored question 7 in y is equal to. So going back into my y is equal to, oh, I forgot to hit there it go. It's there. So I'm going to activate that. So F4. So now they're both active because I'm going to need the other one for the last thing. And we can play around with that in a little bit. I think I'm going to do both of them at once. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to the home screen. We're going to use the solver, which is an algebra function. The solver is choice number 1. And I have stored the left-hand side of the equation in y1. If you haven't, you just type it out. So don't forget, we're going to use function notation. So y, the number 1, you need parentheses, x, but I need an equal sign, so it's equal to 0 in this case. And don't forget, we're solving for x, so comma x, end parenthesis, and enter. And look what happens, which is super cool, in my opinion. It gives you exact values answers, because remember earlier we set it to auto. It can pick whether a decimal or an exact value answer is better. In this case, if you can give an exact value answer, definitely do it. So in our example here, we're capable, the calculator can tell you what the exact valued answer is. Now, it doesn't really matter to me, the formatting. It is x is equal to the way I read it. If I distribute the negative for the first solution, or you can just copy it exactly as it has it, but I would probably write -1 plus minus square root of 2. That's how I read those, because both of them have a -1, and one is adding a square root of 2, and the other kind of feels familiar. Quadratic formula or completing the square here, right? So, but your calculator will actually do that for you. And then the same for the second one. So in this case, I have put in y2. So like if I'm doing number 8 over here, if I look at that, I just want to show you what it looks like in the calculator. I just want to go in and change it a little bit because I want to write it as an equation. So I'm going to go down here to y2, and just if I hit enter, it activates it down in the active bar. Do you see it became dark? I'm just going to use the arrow up key, so you see an arrow up key again. I'm just going to, let me do enter right now. So right now it's not active. I can't change it. So for me to be able to change the equation, I use the arrow key up. But right now, it's only like, oh, is this the one we're talking about? You have to hit enter to say, yes, this is the one I want you to grab. So I hit enter, and then I'm going to go in and I use the arrow to the right key, and then I'm going to delete just the -2 on the end. So I have right now the left side of the equation only in y2. So that's how I can edit in there. So, and hit enter like that. And now when I hit enter, you can see it does look like the left side of my equation. So I'm going to go to my home screen, use the solver again. It's already there. So look, I want to edit. Do you see it's highlighted in the active area here? I want to just edit it slightly. I want to use y2. So I can use the arrow to the right key and then arrow to the left to go, oh, I want it to go to, instead of saying y1, I can change it to y2. So backspace just that part. Use the arrow to the right key instead of 0. I'm going to change that to a 2. Other than that, the directions are the same. So, and then hit enter. And now we have multiple solutions. Now, if you notice over here, there is an arrow key. That means there are more than just the 2 solutions that are shown in the window. So you need to go up with the arrow and then key to highlight the active bar here, and then use the arrow to the right key to see all of your possible solutions so that you can write them all down. And these are the exact value solutions. Even better. Okay, so there's 4 of them. We knew that there were 4 because it's the same question as before. I'm just going to write those down. So now, if it was asking for the exact value solution, maybe graphing wasn't the best way to approach this. So we have, oops, x such that x is equal to, that would be 3 plus minus root 17 over 2, comma, and the other 2 are, let's use the arrow key. Three plus minus the square root of 33, maybe, over 2. So there are all my 4 solutions. Let me just make sure I did that right. Was it 3 in both cases? Yeah, it was. Perfect. All right, exact value solutions.